Hey Sagittarius, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation for the month of December. I wanted to say thank you for your patience, for waiting for your video. Also want to say thank you for all of the comments, all of the likes, all of the subscriptions and the shares. I appreciate y'all. So Gemini, full moon, new moon coming up. All I gotta say is Gemini. Okay. Let's see what's in store for you for love for the remaining part of December. Have faith in your dreams. So have faith in something that you're working on. Have faith that you're going to get over that hump that you're trying to get over. I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes when we're healing and we're trying to get somewhere, we forget that, a year from now, 2 years from now, life's going to be a different story, right? But it doesn't seem like that when you're going through it. Balance spirituality and practicality. Okay, so to me, this is two people who one is more spiritual, one is more practical, logical. You're trying to balance each other out. A personal issue reaches resolution. Speak your mind. When you are approaching your partner or someone, there's a way to, and I'm not saying I'm perfect because God knows I'm not, but there's a way to get your point across, and not block yourself out. So if this is the 6th or 7th or 8th time that you're saying it, then that's a different story. But if this is something that you want to approach your partner about and you have fear about it, this is saying here, you have got to speak your truth. You've got to say what you need to say. Your dreams need a practical plan. So it looks like somebody wants to approach somebody about a change either in the relationship or the location of relationship. All right, so let's see what we got going on. A lot of blues and greens here, so throat and heart chakra. So my take on this is that either there's someone that needs to confess how they feel, or there's something that they need to confess to their partner in matters of love. So let's see what we got. Feelings, expressing feelings to solidify relationship. Okay, taking that leap. Somebody is, so there's a confession coming. Somebody is saying, hey, to hell with it. I'm going to jump off this bridge. I'm going to tell this person how I truly feel. Come with me. So Sagittarius, oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay. They are tired of loving you in silence. They want to overcome this idea that this will never come to fruition. They want to make a solid offer to you, but they want to make solid relationship with you. So if this is somebody you're currently involved in, they're going to want to be taking the next step to lock it down. So let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it looks like you're holding on to something. You're holding on to the idea of commitment, and you're trying to be patient. So you're holding on to the idea of commitment with this person, but you're really not trying to push the issue. You're trying to be patient. You're trying to let things unfold naturally, but I think it's coming to a period of time in which it kind of has to be set. Are we moving forward? Are we not? Are we just dating? Are we in commitment? Whatever. So let's see how your partner's feeling. I think you're going to be surprised here about how your partner feels too. Your partner's already making decisions. They are experiencing kind of the same thing you are. This is mirroring behavior. Except your partner's having a lot of anxiety about forward movement, the lack of forward movement. And you're kind of like, you know what? This is what I want, but I'm not going to be defensive about it. We're not in commitment now, but I know that we will be at some point. And that's what you're holding on to. Your partner's like, we are not moving forward, and this is a problem for me. So let's see what the blocks for you are. Your partner wants to move forward. So if you're thinking that you are being patient for your partner's sake, your partner's like, okay, what are we waiting for? So there's kind of like an issue with communication already happening. And I think your partner's going to kind of be like, hey, damn the consequences, or let's do this. So let's see what's going on with, okay, yeah. So you're holding back what you want to say to your partner, first of all. Your partner's holding back what they want to say to you, which is causing an issue with communication. Your partner already has plans in their mind for the future, and I think you do too. But it seems like it just hasn't been the right set of circumstances or the right time. I think that's slowly going to change here because your partner's kind of like, listen, this is long enough. So let's see what's going on with the blocks for your partner. Okay, so clearly your partner's had to overcome some issues with, could be financial issues. There could be a relocation for your partner happening also in job. Maybe it's for you. You're both trying to hold on to money. Everyone is in this climate, right? But your partner's trying to gain solidity. They want to overcome financial instability in order to make this move forward. But I think it's turned into so long that they're kind of like, I don't really care if I have a pot to piss in. This is kind of how I feel. And we'll make it or we won't. Financially, right? Yeah, so they have been waiting for a more opportune time to express to you or to actually do the physical moving forward. They've already been planning it. They've already been making their decision. But the issue here is they don't feel like they can move forward with you unless they're financially stable. But I think that that's turning into a block itself because it's distracting and acting as a distraction for the commitment. So let's see what's going on between the two of you. Yeah, you're both, I have the Hermit and I have the Hierophant. So spiritual journeys, spiritual partners. You both know that there's a deep connection here, right? Maybe on a spiritual level. But you're not expressing it to one another. I think there's something here about planning and saving money and thinking, planning in the mind. However, understanding that this relationship has the potential to elevate past the material and elevate past 3D issues, 3D earthly things. It has the potential to elevate up into a spiritual realm. Is kind of not being discussed. You're not being transparent. Now we have the Hermit and the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So the Hermit represents the spirituality and relationship, and the Hierophant and High Priestess are representing the two of you, a spiritual couple. And the transparency of that to one another. So this is kind of an odd situation I've never really encountered before, but you kind of have you're already together in 3D and you're just kind of now coming into the realization that maybe this connection is a lot deeper than just that. So if it needs to be expressed, then express it. Your partner's not rejecting you here. They are rejecting their current financial situation. That's what's prevented them from moving forward. They are now saying, you know what? It doesn't matter anymore. we have to move forward at this point because I can't stand it anymore. And you are over here being patient and trying to allow this to unfold for your partner. And it doesn't ever seem like it's the right time. I think that's what you're saying. So it's kind of time to have a come to Jesus meeting with each other regarding how you're feeling, regarding the depth and the kind of level of this relationship. And it's time to put things aside like, well, I'd really like to have financial stability, and I'm not saying, hey, I've got $5 in my bank account and, I can't be in a relationship. This person means like this is future planning. They have to reach a specific financial stability before they feel like they can be in a relationship. But now they're seeing this as an obstacle to you. That's preventing them from coming to you. So they're ready to be done with that line of thinking. And they're saying, you know what? I'm tired. This is turning into a heartbreak and there's no real reason for it. It's time to bring this relationship together and commitment. It's time to stabilize the connection. And I don't care. I'm throwing caution to the wind. I don't care. I can't stand it anymore. It's time for us to define what this relationship is and where we're going. So let's see how your partner feels about you. But remember, there's another aspect to this relationship that may unfold for the both of you, or maybe it has been unfolding, that is more than just, your 3D traditional relationship. So let's see how your partner's feeling about you. They think you're too good to be true. Okay, they think you're out of their league. They're putting you, Sagittarius, on a pedestal, right? They're kind of thinking, well, I'm thinking wicked game. I never dreamed I'd meet somebody like you, right? That's kind of the way they're thinking, like, there's no way, they're too good to be true. They're beautiful. They are stable. They are straightforward. And they're clearly meant for me. We're clearly a match. And that's just too good to be true. So anyway, they're telling the universe what they can and can't do, right? So that'll come back to get them. But also they worry that you're not telling them how, if you're holding any resentment about this situation not moving forward. They think that you're kind of hiding your feelings to yourself. So let's see what they're thinking. I think in part this is talking about another block that may have been preventing them from moving forward. Maybe it's a fear of committing. Before it was a fear of committing. This also could be a divorce that somebody's going through for some of you out there. It doesn't have to be everybody. You don't have to get up there and say, I'm not going through a divorce. Well, okay. Is that something that we need to broadcast? Not really. So somebody may have been going through divorce or is newly divorced or is financially constrained as a result of a divorce. And that's why there's such an emphasis on finances. You're over here, Sagittarius, saying, hey, you know what? When you're ready, maybe you're not ready right now. I'm not going to push you. I understand you're recuperating from financial devastation or whatever. when you are ready. And so it's kind of been like they feel like they've been in a rut for quite a while as a result of a divorce, maybe for some of you, or a fear of commitment. Their wish fulfillment is to do the commitment. They're wanting to bring this together. However, they feel like they're now coming out of a period of time in which they can't really worry about that anymore. And there's something that they are, it's like a checklist, right? That they are saying, okay, I have to be divorced for a year. I have to have $20,000 in the bank account. I have to have, whatever it is, right? So it's some sort of personal checklist that they're using as a means to cope with instability in their life. And now they're coming into a realization about that checklist, saying, hey, damn it. I mean, damned if I do, damned if I don't. But if I don't act, I may never get this chance again with Sagittarius. And they can't stand it any longer. So I think the checklist is going out the window. And while they're going to appreciate your patience for them in this situation, they also feel like you are holding back a little bit about how you really feel and what you really want out of consideration for them. And so now it's time for the both of you to just kind of tell the truth about where you want to take it, how you feel, things like that. What your expectations are, right? In the right way. So let's see what their intention is. They want this transformation. They want to lay down these burdens. Like I said, they're like, whatever, I mean, the bills are still going to be there, whether I'm in commitment or I'm not. To hell with it. This is something they find worth in, and they're willing to act on it because they find it important to them. You are important to them. So they're going to be like undergoing a transformation. They want a major change being within themselves. And so they're going to be laying down this idea of building this strong hold of stability, which is costing them dearly at this point. This blood on this building here, it's costing them at this point to continue to drag out the idea of coming together in a committed relationship or marriage or whatever circumstances, moving in together, whatever. And they want to communicate how they want to make these changes. I think in the beginning they celebrated the fact that they were single, but that's, and contented, and they were trying to make it work, and they were doing things by the book because, again, they're using those techniques to cope with this instability that may have been created by the ending of a relationship. So they're trying to maintain stability, but that staying in that box is now costing them, and it may cost them you, they feel like. So their intention is to come forward and try and blow this wide open and say, hey, you know what? Let's just do this shit. All right, let's see what they're going to do. Okay, they're going to bring the offer. They know they've been slow as shit bringing this offer because they have this checklist over here. A lot of coin action, could be dealing with earth signs. Doesn't have to be. But it's been a lot of methodical type of movements, right? So they know they're bringing you this offer, okay? Boom, they want to blow it up. But they know they've been very slow and methodical about their own life and about bringing this commitment to you, or talking about commitment, or even telling you that that's where they're interested in where they want to take it. And they're afraid, though, at this point. Remember, I said they were worried you were kind of resentful, right? And they're worried now at this point, now that they've figured out their own crap, They're worried at this point that you're just not going to be interested anymore. You know, it's taken so long, maybe you fell asleep. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where their intention is to bring you the offer. Their concern is that they've waited too long. Let's see what they expect you to do. Okay, there's like 7,000 coins here. Okay, so they, okay. Okay, so they anticipate that you will, maybe that you've been seeing other people play in the field. You haven't been pressuring them. They're not sure if you're going to want to circle back to this situation with them. They kind of think that maybe you're juggling, you know, dating multiple people. You're not really looking to settle down. And that you're not really putting in the work to this relationship, but you're not rejecting them either. So you've been so patient and so not pushy that they're not even sure that you're into the relationship. But they know that they've taken so long to sort of bring this about that maybe you've kind of moved on. So this is kind of an issue in which you need to get together, have the conversation. This person needs to get out of their box because you're wanting them to bring this to you. But they've been dragging their feet, right? And so you're like, well, you know, I mean, I'm not going to sit around all night. So that's kind of what they expect you to do, that you're like, meh, about the situation. Let's see what a final outcome is. Okay, new opportunity. Balance is brought by the new beginning, by communication. I'm leaving my old ways and I'm ready to commit and move this forward. So it looks like it's going to be a go. Your person had some things to figure out. Sagittarius, you have the insight enough to know that. And to not push it. And they kind of are like, well, if I don't, you know, stop letting the grass grow under my feet, Sagittarius is going to be moving on. So that's kind of where we're at. They've entrapped themselves from their own line of thinking that they couldn't move forward unless specific events were occurring with their money. So let's see what they have to say to you. They can't stand it anymore. Can you really love me? I'm not sure that I love me. Your situation is complicated. I don't feel equipped to handle it. So what they're saying here, their situation is complicated and they don't feel equipped to handle it. That's why they have these checklists to gain a false sense of stability. Why do you want me? You can have anyone. And that's expressing their insecurity, that they've waited too long and that you're kind of moving on, seeing other people. Insecurity about you're too good to be true. Remember when I said that earlier, that they think you're too good to be true? Can you really love me? They're coming out of their period of time in which they had to do some healing. They had to do some financial healing. And their situation was complicated and they didn't feel equipped to handle it. And I think in some level, they didn't want to drag you into that as well. Or, you know, finances are really kind of private to some people, right? And maybe they didn't want you to see how really broke they were or how maybe they were struggling because they didn't feel like that was a good quality for a partner. So, you know, they were kind of trapped in their own little boxy world here, trying to dig themselves out of that. Let's see what they're going to do next. What's their next move? They're ready to take off. Okay, they're ready to do this thing. That's what they're saying. How can I be of service? If I don't do something, Sagittarius is moving on. and I have to prove that I'm a good partner. I can, be a good mate for them. How can I help you, Sagittarius? Because they are a doer. They are a saver. Their love language may be gifts. It may be money. It may be them showing you that they can provide. But they're very confident, as opposed to when they were confused a little earlier about not being appropriate. But the thing really is that, when you end a relationship or divorce or whatever, and you're kind of trying to recoup that, there's a lot of fog brain, a lot of confusion, a lot of, trying to get back on track. And I think that's what they were going through. But again, they realize that this connection is different than any other connection that they've had, and they don't want to miss that chance with you. So let's see how they feel about you in the bedroom. They don't want to miss it. Okay, yeah, so they've been playing it really cool. You've been playing it really cool, but really they're kind of, they think about you night and day, right? And so they're thinking about you night and day in that way as well. They do feel like they want it more than you do, but they're hoping that you will see them as they see you, that you will see the value in the relationship, and that you will kind of give them a second chance. Yep. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. I think the both of you are experiencing that with each other. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Excuse me. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So over here, your person was kind of like living in a penance, right? Not that they didn't want to be with you, but they didn't feel like they loved themselves enough to allow themselves. They had to punish themselves for a little while, basically, right? And so now they're coming out of that and they're realizing, you know what? It doesn't matter if this isn't on my checklist. It's not about the checklist. So know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires, and that's what they're coming to learn. Thinking about stability. How do I gain stability over my situation? Loyal heart. You are being flexible, Sagittarius. Now they want to go the distance. You are being flexible, allowing them to do what they needed to do to heal and get back on track. There's a higher power at work in this situation. You know that because the connection is different than other connections that you may have experienced. Never-ending story. This is the card that I'm attributing over here to the money issue with this person. When I said that, they were waiting for a certain point before they moved forward, but then they started to learn and discover that that was becoming an obstacle and a distraction to what they really wanted. And so they kind of, one day said, look, if I don't act, Sagittarius is going to be moving on. And it's kind of like a never-ending story over here with my box of shame. So, fuck it. That's what they're saying. Let's move it on. Regeneration. They're coming back to life, and you've helped them do that. So, Sagittarius, that's what I've got for you. You've got somebody who can't stand it anymore, and they're coming straight for you. They're hoping that you feel the same way about them. I think that you do. And I think you've been allowing them the space they need. But now it's time to call it. It's time to come together and have the conversation. So I'll see you guys later.